If you hand a toddler a complex, beautiful pocket watch, they will, like, inevitably smash it to pieces just to see how it works.
Right, right. Just parts everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is kind of what postmodern philosophy did to reality. We smashed it, looked at all the little gears and said, well, look, it's all just random disconnected pieces.
But what if we had the manual to put it all back together? Not just to make the watch tick, but to explain the entire universe.
Welcome to this deep dive. Today we are looking at Dr. Pramod Ambadasrao Pawar's Pramod effect, which is this massive framework merging theoretical physics, metaphysics, and even global policy.
And our mission here is to distill this really dense theory into a quick, mind-expanding aha moment for you, the listener, without the info overload.
Okay, let's unpack this. Dr. Pawar calls this rebuilding process trans-deconstruction. So instead of leaving reality in broken pieces, we reconstruct it into a unified monistic center, which is basically a single interconnected source.
Yeah, and to even begin that reconstruction, the texts argue we have to completely rewire how we understand basic math and, well, opposing forces.
Yeah.
Because traditional logic tells us that 1 minus 1 equals 0, like a total void.
The void, yeah. But the Pramod effect argues that 0 is absolutely not a void. It is shunya, which translates to pure potential and supreme equilibrium.
Exactly. So if opposites perfectly balance, that 0 state is actually the generative source of oneness. Therefore, in this theory, 0 equals 1.
0 equals 1.
Yeah.
Which completely flips how we look at conflict, right? Because when opposites meet, they aren't, destroying each other.
Right, they neutralize into perfect balance.
I like to think about it like your noise-canceling headphones. You have an incoming sound wave, and we can call that a 1.
Uh-huh.
Then the headphones introduce the exact opposite wave, a negative one.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't explode. They neutralize the noise into a balanced silence, a 0 state.
Right, which gives you the perfect foundational state, the one to actually hear yourself think. That is a perfect way to visualize it.
Okay.
And now you can scale that mathematical balance up to consciousness itself. Dr. Pawar calls this monokantirji. It bridges Chaitana, the static observing consciousness, and Shakti, the dynamic manifesting energy.
We usually treat stillness and action as completely opposing forces, right?
Yeah, but here they are modified truth. They are totally indivisible.
I read the parable he included about the rishi, the sage who only worshipped the stillness of Chaitana.
Oh, right. He completely denied the dynamic power of Shakti.
And he was reduced to a hollow, rattling skeleton.
Just a chilling image.
It really is. But it makes sense, though. You can achieve all the profound internal stillness you want, but if you reject the energy to actually manifest anything, you become stagnant. You literally hollow yourself out.
Exactly. And this internal balance between stillness and action does not just stay trapped in your head. Because mind and matter are unified in this energetic math, your internal state physically impacts the external world.
Right, which brings us to transwave theory. This is where the physics gets wild. The text claims emotions like love actually persist physically long after death as senthy waves.
Yeah.
But, how does a feeling become a physical wave?
Well, it works on the premise of energetic resonance. If consciousness and energy are one, an intent emotional frequency isn't just a biological quirk in your brain.
Okay.
It is a measurable emission that imprints onto space-time. Just like a radio wave does not vanish when you turn the dial, a senti wave propagates outward indefinitely.
Wow. So if we're constantly broadcasting these waves, it makes total sense why Dr. Pawar pushes for GASR 5.0.
Yes, the Global Academic and Scientific Research version 5.0, for those of you trying to keep the acronyms straight.
It is basically an educational mandate, right?
Yeah, a mandate to completely restructure how we teach. If human emotions alter physical reality, we cannot keep teaching science, math, and humanities in isolated silos. GASR 5.0 demands interconnected research that prioritizes core human values. It forces us to sync our collective energy into a positive frequency rather than a destructive one.
I love the idea of a global harmony mandate in classrooms. But I have to push back a little here.
Okay, sure.
How do you, and I measured this on a random Tuesday, I am certainly not calculating the physical frequency of my frustration when I'm stuck in traffic.
Well, no, you might not be charting it on a graph, but you absolutely feel the shadow energy.
Shadow energy?
Yeah, the theory labels this the -1 mode. That internal tension or friction you feel in traffic isn't just bad luck. It is a biological and energetic signal.
Oh, so like a cue to neutralize the negative wave.
Yes, exactly. It is raw material meant to be consciously transformed into constructive +1 energy.
So the Pramod effect ultimately demands we stop looking at a fragmented, disconnected universe and realize we are participating in an infinite mono-energy.
Right, separation is just an illusion. We are not just broken gears in a pocket watch. We are the unified mechanism itself.
I love that. Let's leave you with this final thought. The Pramod effect argues that absence is a hidden form of existence, and that emotional frequencies persist eternally as physical centiwaves. Yeah. So if that is true, how does that change the cosmic weight you give to your own fleeting unspoken thoughts today?